So in this video, I'm going to give you an update on my new camera, the Fuji X T30 version 3. What I think about it, is it any good? Is it going to fulfill the need that I have for it? Now, please understand, this is not an in-depth review on this camera. That's coming. But I wanted to do a talk about, is it working for what I was looking for a compact camera, for a camera that I could carry with me more often. And that's what this video is about. So if you're looking for an in-depth review, you're gonna have to wait a week or two. But if you wanna hear about how I'm using this camera, what I think about this camera, and is it worth it for you to buy this camera? Well, stay tuned for this video. But first, who am I? Well, my name is Mike Patterson, and I have been a full-time professional photographer for over 40 years, located here in Western Canada. I own and operate a photo studio and have done thousands of weddings, graduations, family pictures, commercial work, you name it, I've done it in the photography industry. Not only that, but I also teach photography. Not only that, but I own and operate a photo lab. Yeah, I'm busy. I love photography. And not only that, I like taking pictures for myself, for my nature, for my wildlife. I just like taking pictures. So I wanted a camera that I could carry with me more often. Now you say, well, don't you have enough cameras? Well, I have lots of cameras. I have tons of cameras. But here's the issue that I ran into. Over the last few years, I've been dealing with a lung disease. In addition to the lung disease manifested from that, or whatever you want to call it, I got rheumatoid arthritis, severe rheumatoid arthritis. And while I can still carry camera equipment, while I can still carry the big backpacks of my gear and the big lenses and all of this stuff, I honestly and truthfully don't want to. It just comes down to, why should I have to carry a ton of stuff when I'm not out taking pictures? I'm out enjoying nature, enjoying wildlife, enjoying my kids, my grandkids. I'm not out taking pictures as per se. And to carry a 50-pound backpack with a ton of gear in it, it just got old. It just became something that I just didn't want to do anymore. So I looked and I looked. And if you watch my previous videos, and I'll maybe link up here or down there, wherever, I went and got myself a small point and shoot camera that my wife had, and I took that out and used that. Now this is a different one altogether. This is one that I have on my displays here in the office, but it was small like this. It was tiny like this. And I really liked it. I really did like it. Now, it was very limited. Don't get me wrong. It was immensely limited. Not only that, is it's old. I think it was made in 2009. So you figure it's almost 20 years old. And the technology behind it, everything about it was old. It wasn't really sharp pictures. It wasn't really clear pictures. It worked. It really did work. But it just didn't give me what I wanted out of it. But I loved carrying it. I thought it was a great thing because I could just stick it in my pocket and I could go for a walk and I didn't have to worry about it. I wasn't carrying something. It was just with me. And I loved that about it. But after using it for a few weeks, as much as I loved it, as much as I did some editing with the pictures that I took, and I did get some okay pictures, the problem I ran into was, because I shoot a lot of pictures for Instagram, for Facebook, for YouTube, for whatever, that camera would have worked for it. But I also have people that contact me and say, you know that picture you put up about this, this, and this? I want copies of those. Can I get 24 by 36s of them? And that old camera just did not allow me to do it. I could not print anything above 5 by 7, 8 by 10. And that bothered me because I know one day I was going to get an amazing picture and I just couldn't print it. So I looked and I looked and I looked. There's several cameras I was really interested in. Unfortunately, to get them is almost impossible. There's either a major backlog and you're going to wait forever, or they just don't know when they're ever going to come out. So I continued looking and I saw the X-T30 and I saw the size of it. I really liked it. And then I heard about this lens that they were coming out with. And the lens is a 13 to 33 lens. And I saw how small it was. And now it's not as small as this one, I admit, but it is small. It is tiny and it does fit in my pocket. So I ordered one in picked it up. I only wanted to look at it, but I bought it. And I've been using it for over a week now. And so what do I think of it? Overall, as a small carrying camera, it's wonderful. It's 26.1 megapixels, I think it was what it's rated at. It's an APS sensor, so the 13 to 33 lens, as I mentioned in the video when I picked this up, is actually closer to a 20 to 50 millimeter lens. So it's got a little bit of a range on it, but not a lot. And it's got lots of functions and features. Almost too many functions and features, to tell you the truth. Too many little buttons for me. But I've actually gone through and I've fixed that and changed that and so on and so forth. But I love carrying it. It is amazing to carry. Now, please understand, this is not a sponsored video. Nothing about this video I made any money on. I bought this camera out of my own money. Nobody asked me to review it. Nobody asked me to, nothing. So I don't care what I say about it. I can slam it. I can praise it. But overall, it's a really cool little camera. Now, I've enjoyed carrying it with me, but I've run into some issues with it. And I'm going to talk about that when I do the full review. One of the issues was focusing. One of the problems that we had, or that I had, and that I've noticed online since I put my post up, other people have mentioned the same thing, is some blurry images. Now, one of the issues with it is, I think, is because it's so light that we are getting what's called shutter slap, or we used to call it in the old days mirror slap or mirror vibration, but these don't have mirrors because they're mirrorless. So it's when you take a picture. It's so light that that becomes an issue. So you really have to hold the camera more steady. But once I got around that, once I figured out what was the cause of that, and I actually switched to electronic shutter so I didn't get that vibration, I'm really impressed with this camera. Now, it has film simulation modes. I think that's the biggest gimmick ever. I actually went in and made my own mode that I like, and I really like the color of it. And I've always liked the color of Fuji cameras. I really have. My first professional Fuji camera, or my first professional digital camera, was a Fuji camera. And I loved the colors on it. The flesh tones were perfect. It was just amazing. And so my next one I bought was a Fuji camera. I loved that. Then after that, I had to switch because Fuji dropped the ball. They weren't coming out with newer cameras, and I had to go to Canon. Canon colors and are great and everything, but Fuji just, I don't know. There's something about their colors, something about their sharpness, something about everything about their cameras that make the images look so much better. And I'm not comparing this. I'm not saying Fuji, you have to get Fuji over. I really like Fuji cameras. I really like the colors and everything like that. And so I've been using this camera. I've been carrying it with me on my morning walks, my evening walks. I just went down to Waterton Lakes National Park and spent the day down there. I took my big camera, big lens and everything, put it in my van, and I took this camera. I didn't even get my big camera out. I carried this everywhere. It was so nice to go for a walk and have this in my pocket that I didn't have a backpack on my back. I didn't have to worry about $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 worth of gear. What's going to happen to it? I just had this with me, and that's great, wonderful, fantastic. And as far as that goes, that's exactly what I was looking for in a camera. Now, one issue I did have, if you can see here, which I don't know if you can, this is Canon. The lens cap for this, I actually lost it. Somebody found it for me, and I've got it back. But I really don't like the lens cap that came with it. Just do not like the lens cap. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem to stick on there properly. The Canon one, I found this actually in a box of stuff I have here at my office. The Canon one just seems to stick on there a bit better, and it's also easier to get off. So I do like that feature, that thing. So if you are getting it, maybe consider getting a different lens cap. Keep the Fuji one, so when you sell it, you have the original Fuji one. But it's great. It's wonderful. The battery's tiny. There's one battery. Doesn't come with a charger. I thought that would be an issue. If I was using this more, if I was using this for my business, it would scare the heck out of me just to have the one battery that has to be charged in camera, because while you're charging the battery, you can't use the camera. Big issue there. But I haven't found that an issue. It's really nice to carry. It really, really is. Now, do I recommend this to everybody? Not at all. No. This camera is so light that this lens and maybe a little bit bigger of a lens, I would say, is great. But if you're using this camera on hourly basis every day with bigger lenses, I could not see doing that. I just could not see doing it. Get a bigger camera. Get something that has a better grip to it. Get something that's more comfortable. Get something that's better balanced. But for this little tiny lens that comes with it, that you can get as a kit, or even a bigger one if that's what you're looking for, it's actually really good. It actually works really well. And once you get used to it, it's a great camera to have. So if you're looking for a carry camera, if you're looking for a camera to take on vacation, take out for hikes, take whatever, I strongly recommend this camera. I really do. Or even its little bit bigger cousin, the X-T50. And I am actually going to look at an X-T50 this week, if the camera shop has it in, and compare them, because it's more megapixel, but it's a little bit bigger. And I'm wondering if I can put this lens on the X-T50 and how much I would change it. But overall, unless that camera has something major about it, unless it fits my hand so much better, I'm going to keep this camera because it's really nice. And the other thing is, buying that X-T50, not only am I getting a bit bigger of a camera, a bit heavier of a camera, which is something I don't want, I'm also spending a lot more money. Here in Canada, to buy this camera with, well, I'm in Alberta, so we pay GST, goods and services tax. It's $1,500, camera and the lens. And it's actually a really good price, in my opinion. So if you're looking for a camera to carry, go for this. If you're looking for a professional camera, if you're looking at getting into all different lenses, large lenses, small lenses, that sort of thing, I would definitely recommend going with a bigger camera, something that's a little bit easier to hold. The controls are more, well, where they're supposed to be. But overall, yeah, I really like this. So stay tuned until next time, and I'll do an in-depth review on it and talk about all the functions, features, and everything like that, and then we'll go from there. Have a great day. Get out there, take some amazing pictures, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye now.